What's up, y'all? How's your day going? Thought I might do some reading today for y'all. And I think I'll do it on alchemy, water, air, breatharianism. Hmm. And maybe we'll even. How many pages do we got here? Hmm. I'll wait till some people show up to start reading from this. But I think I think what we'll read from here. Even though I've read out of this chapter before, I believe. What is going on? What's up, man? This over here real quick. Real quick. 0 to 100 real quick, right? Um, say word. Say you found a copy of Zigzag Zen. Say word. And that's what it's called. Yeah, word. Do you know who I've been talking to all day? Like for the last 3 hours? Well, maybe not 3 hours, like 2 hours. You know who I was talking to? What's up, Ellie Jacobo? Uh, Shaman's planning. Do you know who I was just talking to for the last like 2 hours? Zigzag Zigla. Yeah, Zigzag Zigla. You know who he is? He comes on here sometimes. Yeah. No, I'm not kidding you. And I just sent him something. I just sent him. Um, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's a bark from. Um, Basically, it's the Exoas tribe. This African dream root. Yeah. Um, it it's called Selene capensis. It's a root from this plant. I was surrounded by strippers. That's interesting. I had some weird dreams. Uh, Very feminine related to like chicks around and shit. But surrounded by strippers. That's funny. I, I've I've known a few strippers. I mean, I live in New Orleans. There's strippers everywhere. You know. Weird, weird. I don't go to strip clubs very often. In fact, since I've been here, I don't think I've been to one. So like almost 7 years, I haven't been to a strip club. I know chicks that strip at these clubs. I hang out with them, but like I never go there. You know, it's kind of weird. Like when they're your friends, like I'm gonna go watch you. I'm not gonna go watch you work. And like I've seen you naked, that's fine, but like yeah, so funny. Um, that's interesting. Yeah, it's called Selene Capenus. It's there's the red and the white version. The red version just kind of gives you a little bit of I suppose it says it gives you some energy, and you can kind of more of a enlivening something. Where the white one is basically entry into the white lodge of shamans within the tribe. It's basically a route to get you out of body and to astrally travel. And yeah, it's pretty interesting shit. And so I was just thinking about it. I've got a drawer full of it, and I just haven't used it in the longest time. We just got into talking, me and Zigzag, and I was like, let me send you this shit. So yeah, I got on Amazon and found something. Yeah, and we were talking about there's three things you could really work with: red spider lily, blue lotus, and that right there. Hmm. The blue lotus is going to work well for lucid dreaming, at least to make you relaxed enough to get into the state. You know, you use blue lotus and some wine before bed, and the root you would chew in the morning, and the red spider lily. That's hard to find. You probably have to just find some, like a company that makes capsules with red spider lily and something else. It's usually like in a lucid dream formula. You can obviously use like yeah, use your words, mugwort, and a few things like that always help. Just having focused on all the waking habits except for hitting yourself. Are you awake? I mean, we all hit ourselves to make sure we're awake sometimes. It's a daily occurrence. There's a lot of different things. Like here's the thing about waking habits to make sure am I dreaming, am I awake, that you kind of jam into your subconscious that way in your dream world. Like I got this, I tattooed this on myself right here to give me something to kind of, okay, if I can look at the back of your hands, they say if you look at the back of your hands, you won't be able to see them very well. And it'll kind of, and especially you're not supposed to be able to read in dreams. Well, my subconscious got tricky. Where, matey, are you going to really eat that right there off the table? Hold on, I got to go give my dog this. She wants this thing over here. Here you go, baby. Do you want this? You can have it. You want this? You can have it. It's just candy. I got this rock candy, like sugar. Just crunch that shit up, yo. Yeah, she starts licking it off the table. I tried to give it to her yesterday. She didn't want it. Now she wants the sugar candy. Anyways, so what happens is your subconscious becomes more focused, and so like I can in a dream read a book. I can read, and in a dream I can read the back of my hand. So whenever I used to go, okay, am I dreaming? Look at the back of my hand. Okay, I can read this. Then in a dream I would do it, and for the beginning, it wouldn't. I would notice it. I was like, oh, my hand is kind of dissipating. I'm in a dream. Then I'd focus and I could walk around in a dream, or if I'm out of body. But then it started to get really clear that the back of my hand, I could actually read this tattoo. It was, so you have to kind of get ahead of yourself in this realm, where you have to change your habits about reality checks, to reality check yourself, because the things that you couldn't do in dreams, then all of a sudden you can do them. Like most people cannot read in dreams. I can look at a book and read, and so then I kind of forget while I'm in the dream that I'm reading a book, because I'm like, oh, I can do that in real life. So, and so, but there's I had speaking of this one herb, the speaking of, oh, look at that zigzag up in here. What's up, man? You should read the shit. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. So when I first used this herb that I just sent to the zigzag there, um, it was when I lived in Indiana, maybe like, how many years ago now? 8 years, 9 years? Shit, it's been that long. About 9 years ago, maybe even more than that. No, I guess 8 years. Yeah. So 8 years ago, whatever, doesn't matter. So I was chewing on this root, this bark. Well, no, it's the root of it. You don't use the bark. And when you get out of body and you get to this kind of different realm, I could see tattoos on me that were glowing. That some of my tattoos disappeared, but 3 of them stayed. One of them was this one, and it was glowing gold. Like I was in this, there was a fireplace, and there was this guy, this shaman that, funny enough, looks like me now. And it kind of, I told this story before. I was like, I lived at this place just down the street, and there was a fireplace there. Even though I live in New Orleans, what do you need a fireplace for? And I was sitting there, and I just recognized, like, holy shit. And I, during the dream, had walked into this room, and this fireplace, and the shaman sitting there. And I looked down at my tattoos, and this one just starts glowing gold. And a couple other ones disappeared, and this one right here started glowing. It was fucking crazy. So it was like light being emitted out of my body. Which is funny about tattoos. Some people say it covers up your auric field, and I think it's an entry point into your auric field. Because that's what you're doing. You're literally, into your skin is one shell of you, and then you have an auric field that's kind of like outside of you, and then you have like your other bodies. And I think it's like kind of an entry point. So tattoos are very interesting. And so, yeah, so because of that, that root that I was just talking about there, yeah, that's what happens. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know if that will happen to you, but so apparently you get entryway into front door access to the, it's not the White Lodge like the White Lodge that people think about, but it's So all of that to say, in your dream realm, in your waking realm, change the things that you do just slightly. Change the placement in your house of things. That will keep you aware. Like remember when you were a kid, you always move things when you're like in a whole new environment. I do that all the time with where I live and how I live and what I'm doing for the day and like yeah, like we all have our habits that we just maintain and kind of run through the motions of, but little things like I've always said about like this back here. I want to switch up where all the books are, just so you guys don't have to see the same thing behind me, and because it will just adjust. It'll adjust something. It adjusts energy. I think it's like you have to change the position of 17 or 19 things in feng shui. Like you change the position. I mean, I'll just move this lamp over here, and I'll rearrange these lamps in the chair. I'll adjust, and then move this thing over there, and then it keeps you kind of like, oh, okay. You kind of maintain some awareness. You don't just walk blindly through the world. It's like it's like it's like stubbing your toe. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you're gonna stub your toe no matter what. But if you move something around, you're gonna be like, shit, better pay attention before I fucking stub my toe again. Shaman, you're good, man. You're gonna do what with the Sharpie? You said I'm gonna do that with the Sharpie. You're gonna draw on you? That's the one thing you could do. You could just draw something on you. You don't gotta get a full-on tattoo, because then it's like tattoo yourself with the Sharpie and then change it. Oh no shit! Your dad owns a tattoo shop. Where do you, cymatics? What I know I've asked you this before. Where are you? What? Cause shit, I'll come through. I'll let that motherfucker ink me. He inks too. I'm guessing. You don't just own a tattoo shop. If you don't do, I mean, you know. Um, oh, I did a video on tattooing and what tattoo magic is. If you want to watch it, you should be able to just you should be able to find it just by putting my name and then tattoo in. And I think I did a whole video on what tattoos and the, you know, I mean, those tattoos. I mean, if you're into that, like most people, they're into their art and the culture and the history of tattoos. Like he's got to know a little bit, but maybe not how deep what inking is. The word ink is kin, K-I-N. I-N-K is K-I-N, which means familia. Like that's kin. And ink, you let people ink you that you trust. That's a bigger trust to have somebody ink you than just about fucking anything else, because it's on you. There you go. There it is. You in Texas? How far are you killing Texas? How far is that from New Orleans? What, like 10 hours maybe? Is that the middle? What part? Are you near? What major city would I know around there? Like Houston. I'm just trying to locate where you'd be, because I have reasons to go to Texas, but an 8-hour drive. Like I'm so over road trips and shit. Austin. That's exactly where. Yeah, I got a few friends in Austin, and I just haven't visited yet. It's just like So yeah, okay. Maybe I'll come through. I'll let. Can you? Hey, cymatics. Can you draw? Do you draw? Do you paint? I'll let you draw me. I got 2 tattoo machines right here. I've tattooed people. I don't know if you know this, and I tattoo myself. And I just let random people tattoo me. Like usually, like if I just meet somebody, I'm like, "Are you fucking cool? You want to tattoo me?" They're like, "Are you fucking serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can go for it." But yeah, Austin seems like a cool place. Interesting. It's funny. I met a dude the other day. He did. I don't know that he had any tattoos. I gave him a pair of my glasses though. It was pretty funny. I had these really cool white glasses with gold frames around them. They were super funky. They just weren't really me. I just wore them because it worked with an outfit that I had. Like I have this gold and white robe. It's a tunic, and it rocks well with that. But I don't wear that often. So I was like, dude, I'm wearing these. Like, here, let's trade glasses. He's like, because he was like, those are fucking awesome. I was like, all right, I'll give these to you. I was like, I just need a pair because it's kind of shiny outside. He's like, take mine. I was like, just so you know, these are like $8. Yours look expensive. And his glasses aren't something that I'd really wear ever. You draw and paint. All right, dude. If I come through there, you can scribble all over me. It's not that. I am no kind of drawer. I'm no kind of. But, um, if I look at something, I can pretty much draw it. You know, I've done some artwork and I've drawn, and like that I put on me. You know what I'm saying? Like once you stencil it out, like you're committed. Like here we go, let's do it. Just follow the lines. So yeah, if you even know how to draw at all, like fuck yeah, of course. Even people that haven't known how to draw, I was like, dude, go for it. Just draw me. Funny shit. All right, are we gonna? I don't even think I want to read about this. I don't even want to read out of this anymore. Maybe we'll get to this. Let's see here. Where are we? Where are we in this wild, wonderful, wacky adventure? Fasting. Maybe I'll just change it up again. This motherfucking bitch just licked my other piece of candy. Let me go give it to her. Jesus. Yeah, you can have it. Here you go. You're such a... You know better than to do that. She's eating off my table. How dare she? She getting real fucking silly in her old age. Just taking candy off the table that's not hers. She like nuzzled it, licked it, and then looked at me, and I was like, that was mine. That was mine. That was my piece of candy. How dare you? Hi, Denny. We were just talking about tattoos and stuff. I haven't even opened the book up to read yet. I was gonna maybe read out of breatharian and water kind of ideas, but I've done that so many times out of this book. I feel like it's a little old. We could do what I did the other day, and you guys just tell me a page. Yeah, that's crazy. That's just crazy. Zigzag Zen, that's crazy. This is crazy, man. Really. This is up to you guys. We were reading about the Carillion the other day. Gnome's harp, standing stones, cow pus and bee puke. I could teach you guys something. Like I could teach you something right now. I've done this one before. It might be a little difficult to do over this. Let me think about this. Can I? Because some of it requires. Now this bitch is taking the little last piece of candy. Yeah, you can have that. Yeah, you can have that. Are you serious right now? You fucking crack addict. I had rock candy on my table, sitting there waiting for me, and then she just went and ate it. I can't believe you. Is that how you gonna do? All right. Yeah, you get the flower of life and the flower and the yeah, those are those. There's some dude. His name is Nathan. It's on Instagram. He's fucking a master at this shit of doing geometric patterning tattoos on people. Nathan. Is that his name? Nathan Mol. Does anybody know this dude? Anybody see? Yeah, Meaty's being a fucking like she's a good dog. She's the greatest, but you should have seen her. She just walked over there. I was like, bitch, I'm gonna eat this. Hold on. Now she went. What do you need? Did you need some more candy? Is that enough candy for you for one day? I already fed her and gave her. I gave her a mint chocolate Oreo thingy. It wasn't an Oreo, but it was like that. Stupid little dog. Where were we here? Do you guys want to just give me a page to go with? Or I was gonna do this. Here, let me see if I can let me see if I can teach you guys this. See if we can do it over here, because you kind of need to look at some things. But I think, where is it? I think I could probably do it. Um, Let me see. See how much I have to read. I mean, I don't have to read anything. I can just tell you. I've told you the the ancient code before. Yeah, the secret code. And this is how to remember things. Using the matrices of numbers and letters, as we were talking about 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago or was it yesterday? I don't know. It was a very liquid weekend. All right, here you go. I'll give you the secret code, and then I'll explain to you how it works. You have to visualize the number, and within the number will hold a sound. So there are basically 10 sounds in the English language. There's a basic 10 sounds that can kind of develop into a bunch of other sounds. But those 26 letters break down into 10 sounds. And you have to start with the vowel sounds, W, H, and Y. You know, A, E, I, O, U sometimes, and sometimes Y. So A, E, I, O, U, Y, W, and H. So there's actually 18 letters that reduce to 10 sounds. There's an idea. And what you're going to be able to do is be able to code language to numbers, and numbers to images. So language is an image. So if I say to you something, let's use something simple here that everybody can see in their mind's eye. Even if you can't see it, you can't visualize it because it's difficult. But you can kind of think about a bike. Let's use the word bike. So because vowels don't count, the number for a bike would be 9, and then a hard K sound, which would be, let's see here, that would be a 7. So it would be a 97. 97 is the code for bike. How do you get to that, and how is that going to be of any value? It can be in value in the opposite direction, which is if you want to remember a phone number or an address or a whole series of numbers or something, you can image those things. So for you to, somebody said, hey, you were born in the year 19, you knew somebody and they're like, you want to know their birthday. You could remember it by a bunch of images, and those images that you can piece together in your head will stick, the images. The numbers aren't really going to. So you're using that as a key, as an icon, a locator. So here's the code, and then I'll go through how it works. You're not going to remember this. I'll read through it, and just so you have a base for it. The number 0 is identified with soft sounds such as C, S, and Z. Now, how can you remember that to begin with? It's like Superman has a cape on, and in the middle there's an S. There's an S on his chest. It's like a 0 right there. Boom. And then the number 1 is T, H, and D. T, D. Those sounds like T, D is the number 1. And so the number, we'll get into how that works in a second. So number 2 is N, 3 is M, 4 is R, 5 is L, 6 is Ch, Sh, and J, 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 J. 7 is K, Q, and the sounds of X, or like a hard G, G, K, like that. And you're like, what are you talking about? We'll get there. You understand in a second. This is why it's like if I had a visual image for you guys to see, it might help. So we're going to do this anyways. We'll see if it can get into your brain. The number 8 is V or F or V, or F. And 9 is P or B. There you go. And I'm just going to read right through this and see if you can take it in. The secret code of memory provides a numerical value for each of the 10 individual sounds that the human voice can make. The blending of each of these sounds provides for the many other different sounds that we can make, such as bull, st, gr, sp, etc. Notice the secret code consists only of consonant sounds. Each of the consonant sounds that we can make has a numerical value. In the secret code, vowels and the letters W, H, Y have no value. Why? Vowels. These sounds do not have a value of 0 because 0 is a number. Vow is promise, L is God. These sounds are considered infinite in their tone because they do not block spirit or breath when you make them. Try it. Say A, I, O, U, Wah-ha-ha-ya. Wah-ha-ya. Yahweh, Yahweh, that kind of shit. Double letters have only a single value. Double letters only have one value, not two. And silent letters have no value because they are not heard. So in the case of the word knife, K is not heard. Well, there is a reason they put the K there. Using the secret code, an example. Let's memorize the code so you can know it by heart. Let's do it. The effort takes you from eating from a spoon to laser technology mentally. Picture in your mind's eye the following. You see a circle on Superman's chest, and the letter S is inside the circle. Zorro takes his sword and slices the letter Z on top of that S. Then the circle itself falls into two pieces, cut in half, top and bottom. Both halves look like the letter C. Close your eyes if you have to and say the letters in the story to yourself. S, Z, and soft C as in cent or dice. So 0 is S, Z, and C. Next picture, the number 1. It's the sounds that are D and T and th. All these letters are just a bunch of ones, really, either standing up or laying down or bending in the middle to form a circle like the letter D. Now, close your eyes and see the letters from that number 1, T, D, and th. The number 2 looks like an N. The N fell over on its the number 2 fell over on its side. It's an N. 2 is an N that fell over. The number 3 looks like M. M fell over. See that 3? Just falls over. It's M. 3M. 4 ends in R and kind of looks like a 4 backwards. If you take a 4 and flip it around, there's your R. Just a little foot there. 5 is L. The top of the 5 looks like an L. See that? The number 5? That's how they made it. It's a circle on the bottom, or like a half circle on the bottom, and an L up there. 6 is all of the soft sounds. A 6 looks like a backwards, cursive written lowercase j. You see the letter J that you used to learn? Imagine it. Study. Study the number 6 and attend soft sounds until you've mastered them. So 6 is j, sh, ch, j, and, as you'd say G, as if it was soft, rather than the hard G. 7 is a number for all the hard sounds. So from soft sounds to hard sounds. A K looks like a couple 7s. If you take 7 and 7, you put them together, it looks like the letter K. And it's set together at angles. Sounds of the study of 7. Study the sounds of 7. They're all very angular. And they're very, very much K, Q, ing, g. These hard sounds. The number 8 is F. It looks like a cursive F. And also, if you were to make the number 8, in the middle there you have a V in the middle. Just draw it. There it is, 8. And in the middle you have a V. There you go. Now you know that the 8 holds the value of V, F, and F. The F and V and PH. It's the same sound, essentially. The number 9 is the letter P. Turn around, it's the letter B. The number 9 is 9. Flip that around. It's P. Now flip it over. You get a B. And there's all of the sounds and numbers. Vowels have no value. Not 0, because that's a value. Vowels do not exist in the system, neither do silent letters and double letters. They only make one sound, so they carry just one value. Let's go through here. As you get used to thinking about words as cards and cards as words, it gets easier and easier and faster and faster. Not that the nature of things has changed, but rather your ability to do it has increased. The increased ability to do a physical is physically evidenced in the brain as additional brain mass. The studies of Dr. Marion Diamond at the University of California at Berkeley, shows conclusive evidence that this kind of mental exercise literally enlarges the neuronal size and, even more significantly, the density of the glial bridging and dendritic branching. Simply put, mental exercises generate greater brain mass. The phrase, if you don't use it, you lose it, applies to the brain tissue, which is the hardware, and the brain function, which is the software. Just as exercise strengthens the muscles of the body, mental exercise strengthens our brains. You're smarter for actually doing this card exercise. And we'll go to the card game. Oh yeah, you see, this is why I told you it's gonna be such a fucking long chapter, because I could teach you how to read a deck of cards, so you could look at each card. I could shuffle a deck of cards right now, and look at them one by one, and then hand them to you. And I could, in order, tell you every single card. It would take a little while for me right now, because it's been a bit since I've done it. But if you do that for a few days, because you'll start to understand that for instance, the number 1 connects to, so if you have the 1 of hearts, or excuse the 2, because it'd be the ace. Sorry. So if you have the 2 of hearts, it would equate to something. There'd be an image that, if you see the 2 of hearts, there's an image that is on the card that isn't the 2 of hearts. So it'd be an H, which is hearts, and a 2, which is an N, so it'd be a hen. So if I see the 2 of hearts, I see a hen. Now if I go through and I look at 52 cards, I mean, why gotta do 52? Most people can't do past 5. If I told you, remember 5 numbers, you can't. 5 cards, 6 cards in a row, you can't do it. Past 6, you're done. But I could do it to 52, even to 100, whatever. But to get to that point where when you see a card, you can make an image. If I see the 2 of hearts, and the next card that comes out is the 5 of spades, then I know that I start with the letter S for spades, and the 5, and it's an L. So, what word would I have there? I could use the word soil, I suppose. S and L. Spades, and then 5, L. And I could go through this. Now all of a sudden I have a hen that's running around shitting all over soil, right? And I could walk through this whole story that I could imagine in my head, and I could walk through this entire story and start anywhere I want, including at the end of the story, and go back to the beginning. And so you could do this with the alphabet. So let's just use the alphabet, for example. If I know the A is an apple, and a B is a banana, and the C is a carrot, so I'm going to use vegetables here. The D could be a fucking dick for you if you like it, because that might make the story more impressive. So in your mind, you link up an apple and a banana and a carrot in a weird way. It's a giant apple, and out of, the apple explodes, and inside of it there's a banana. I mean, maybe a monkey eating it, whatever maybe something weird. Maybe a fish is eating a banana. But now you make this image, and you tell the story until you get to the letter Z. Now, as soon as you get there, you can see the story in your mind backwards, and so you could say the alphabet in reverse. So these things are kind of why the image is more important than anything that you're creating in your mind, and so you could remember things that other people are incapable of remembering. Like for me, I did not remember to get myself a glass of wine, so the longest bottle of whiskey ever. Huh. I don't want to drink whiskey today. I think I want to drink tequila today. John Shamanic. I was actually going to title this video John Shamanic, and because I check your yeah, Shaman's playing said DTF, yo. And actually it is. It's Don Tolman's Pharmacist Desk Reference. It's called the FDR, but I mean, if you're down to fuck, you're down to fuck. Whatever. Let's go. Not you personally. And John Shamanic, I'll give you a deeper study into whatever we're talking about here, because some of it's going to be a little. I mean, you get the process, but there's There's a little more to it in a way of, but you can. I mean, you could work with what I just gave you, I suppose, if you just re-listen to that. You can remember long number sequences. I mean, you could take long number sequences and chop them up to threes. Like there's one, and there's a pacing and a rhythm. Like there's a reason your phone number is 334, right? Like there's three in your area code, three in your next, and then four in the last. That's how that works, you know. So there's like a da 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 da, and then some people do it with two as the end. So then you're breaking up to three pieces of information. You would say your phone number is whatever. It's easy to remember two or three bits of information. So that's easy. But getting beyond that, it's going to get really, really hard. The only reason, like, credit card numbers, 16 numbers long. Who's remembering their credit card number? The only reason you could possibly remember that is because you did 4 and 4. And that's the only thing you can do 4 and 4 of, because you've used it so many times that you just like, all right, 4 is like a year. And you could if you want to remember a credit card number of your own, whatever. Okay, it's 1263. What happened in 1263? Then you can identify it with something, and you image that. Oh yeah, and then you have to, but you have the knowledge of what happened in 1263. It's one way of doing it. That's one way of imaging things. And there it is. There he is, Fire Drake in the building. I was the original title was going to be John Shamanic, Fire Drake, and Devan Airbender. That was going to be the title, but I decided not to. I figured I'd wait for another time to do that one. Of course, Danny. And it's good to see you again, Danny. I had fun talking to you yesterday. um, do you guys want me to get into more of this shit with cards? Do you guys want to know about cards? This could be fun. Let's see how much. Let me see how much gas I got in my car. You want to play 52 pickup? Let's go. Time, food, and fasting. It's the Signum Natura. Welcome to the Signum Natura, the ancient doctrine of signatures. It's a fact, a truest truth, that plants, just like cards, speak in sign language. I can only hope you have read this section. Think fast, because now I want to show you an ace in the hole. I want to reshuffle the cards. I want to clear the deck. I want to call a spade, no double dealing, two-faced cards here, just straight cut cards on the table kind of game. If you've read Think Fast, you are aware that a deck of cards can be many things to many people, that a deck of 52 has 13 wheels that can spin infinite volumes of information and possibilities. The deck is a lunisolar with 52 cards, one card for each week of the solar year, and 13 cards in which each suit or section for 13 lunar weeks or each quarter, that nearly all cultures had a deck of some form. It's called the Little Book of 52. For instance, they existed and were amongst the American continents. One of the pre-Columbian cultures, the Mayan, left a treasury of hieroglyphs on the walls of their temples and pillars that represent their more important gods, court or face cards, which is why I fuck with the major arcana, you know, and not the other ones, like, because they're there and there's a reason to use them. Anybody that knows that whenever I read tarot, I don't pull out the other ones because it doesn't make sense. It's too much. The deck of 52 helped nearly every civilization develop culturally exact chronologies. Their calendars are measures of times. As did the Aztecs and many Central American peoples, the Mayans developed from the deck of 52 a very exact charting or carding of time. It's charting of time or carding of time. Nearly all North and Latin American chronologies began in the year of the great event of 1313 BC. The great event that will be discussed later in a book entitled The Wheel of Destiny from... There you go. Anyways. So the year 1313, which is 3113, which is a mirror of itself. 13 at the end. 31. Yeah. Funny number. In the Inca oral tradition was the year that the Earth broke into two, so that now we know the Earth is 90 times smaller than the original. So this plane might actually be 90 times as large as you think it is. It is the year in which the ancient children of light, or the solar ones, the ancient ones, created the division in order to have a world of their own. It is taught the larger of the two pieces spun just a little faster and slowly and pulled away, creating a new heaven location and a new earth literally. It was also taught that one day it would return when the smaller world was prepared and ready for them, that we, the lesser ones, can create a world of perfection, peace, like unto theirs, if we so choose. And until that time, individuals attaining their stature on their own are snatched or caught up in a world, caught up to that world in order to enjoy the society of gods and goddesses gone before. So what does this have to do with plants? And what do these plants have to do with cards? Hold on, you'll see. The Mayans used three parallel calendars running simultaneously, one within another, a wheel within a wheel within a wheel. One was solar, consisting of 365 days, and the other two were lunar. One was made of 20 groups of 13 days. The lunar cycle, or calendar, consisting of 260 days, was a measure of the wonder of tithes and offerings, or called feastings, the plantings and gatherings of food for the storehouses, stomach, of the temple of God, which is body. The remaining 105 days were divided into the times of fasting, 8 sets of 13 days apiece. The 260 was called the year of feast and gathering, and the 105 was called the year of fasting, or fullness, less being more. This was a total of 1328 lunar months, or chronologies. The 105-day year was divided into two 39-day fasts. 2 times 39 is 78, which is the number of the tarot, or the wheel of Toro. And the remaining lunar month of fasting was broken into two 13-day fasts as well. Our 26 letters of today are the signs of the spin culturally separated by time. Again, these calendars' years ran simultaneously, as each year came to an end and one day was spent in celebration of renewal of self, community, and time. These days of group celebration made up the leftover pieces of time, thus keeping their calendars extremely accurate. There is a preponderance of the numbers 13 and 52 through the Mayan calendar and their tables of time. 28 divided by 13 is 364. 364 divided by 52 is 7. 5 times 52 is 260. See, these three Mayan chronologies created a 52-year cycle that generated 18,980 names for each day of the cycle. 1,460 times 13. Children were given the names upon the day in which they were born. The extreme accuracy of their astronomical calculations can be seen in one of the 3 existing Mayan books. It shows a charting of the planet Venus, which looks like a heart, and it makes a star kind of in the sky above our flat plane that we live on. Venus and its cyclical orbits over 384-year stretch. The time of the planet's yearly orbit was computed by the Mayan astrologers as having an annual rotation of 584 days. Using today's astronomic technologies, the planet's annual journey or rotation spin is calculated to 583.92 days. Looks like they knew something. They were up to something. I have taken the time to point out simply to show that at different points in history, groups of humanity have been up to something very specific, and that something was related to time, food, fasting, and a collective activity of a very concise and exacting nature. The something they were up to is what I call the real work of human enterprise. It has been called the magnum opus, and later the magnum opus, and later the marvelous work or wonder. The deck of 52 spins a yarn of fabrication from the imagination of the user that is stranger than fiction, yet rings of the truest truth. The deck of the 52 is called the wheel of opus, the spin of the real work. One last note in the Mayan hieroglyphs look as if they were drawings set onto cards. Whoa, think about that. Could this be used to decode the Mayan alphabet? Absolutely. Each Mayan card contains signs or symbols as to the meaning of the card, just as the cards in today's deck of 52 do also. They are laid out just as the Egyptian cartosh, it's like cartographers, as well as the back side of the scarab beetle, rolling, spinning the ball deck of the solar house, like the scarab beetle. You know, you have the black one and you have the one with it's all multicolored. 2 signs of the ancient deck become the 2 symbols shown at one time or another by nearly all cultures. Look, it's a monad, it's a sun symbol, and the symbol that you see is a circle with the cross in the middle, with the slight variations. One is the house of the sun, ace of hearts, and the other the sun cross with 4-spoked wheel, the 4 suits or spirits, symbolize the spin or revolutionary effect of the understanding of the season's effect upon agriculture, or more importantly and specifically horticulture, had in the development over more complex social systems of greater geographical and demographical units. All this because of the discoveries that followed as a result of the spin of the four-spoked cross. In this revelation came fabulous, long-lasting, higher evolved societies that appeared along many of this present Earth's rich and watery river valleys. The wheel of the circle with the spokes in it represent the four suits, the four elements, the four quarters of time. The wheel of Opus is spun in on nature, and her signs of times are displayed in the words of life. These words of life today are called plants. Collectively today, plants are made of air, light, earth, and water, symbolized by the four suits in a deck. Yeah, this is so long of a chapter, I'll get back to it in a second. That's what you get for now. Because I'd like to go piss into something. Namely, your motherfucking mouth. Did I say that out loud? Oh, shit. Well, this is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dog, can you back the fuck up? You already ate all the candy. She ate all the candy. Y'all watched her do it. Well, you didn't watch her do it. You heard her do it. Anyways. Let's see what's up here. Water, earth, and fire. John Shamanic, yeah. I mean, John, me, you, and Fire Drake should definitely do like a. I was saying this the other day. We should all do like a thing where we put me like side by side and side, and we just fucking rip these people's heads open, breaking open the head. Poker faces. The 7 Sistar systems. There you go. The Sistars. What up, Katesh? How have you been? Fantastic, I do suppose. Did I just type that? What's up? No. 70. Oh, that's right. You were born before me, weren't you, Danny? I forgot about that. I always assumed you were younger than me. I thought you were like in your like early to mid 30s, just because. But yeah, no shit. You got old lady. You need a cane. You need a cane for them back problems walking around. That's mama wisdom right there. Next chapter in the book, or should I continue on with that? I mean, it's a really long chapter. Let me go get some sunshine on my face real quick. Give me 1 minute, because the sun is. Was there any left? Nah, it's behind the clouds. God damn it! I knew I should have went out earlier and caught some sun. I caught some sunbathing, but I did not. So, all right. Okay, you guys get to deal with me without a suntan. The sun just comes out of my eyes. Katesh, how do I feel? That's a crazy question. How do I feel about intentionally listening to subliminals? Oh, it's because right now there's a subliminal. There's a sound on the TV right now that is low enough where you could hear it. I don't know. I mean, there's something there. There's obviously something. If it's not supposed to be heard by everybody, but then there's also like the marketing aspect of it, because most people can't. But they're like, why do I want a fucking Rice Krispie treat right now? Because they were programmed that way. Um, I think it's underhanded and shitty, even if it's for a good reason. I think people are. I think the noble thing to do is give people the information and let them choose for themselves. I mean, the fact that some people can hear, it's like don't listen to what I'm saying. It's like whenever you're like your husband or wife or whatever, or your friends that you're like, you just like that. Like that's underhanded and shitty. That's like most people like look at the media. Like it's all bullshit, all of it. And people are like, oh my god, somebody's been injured. Like what I mean, they're doing it backwards. They're giving you some crazy story, but really, if you pay attention, what they're telling you is that it was at 33 minutes past the hour. 33 people were set on fire in the middle of the mall. Like, okay, enough with the shit. And then the other shit is like, hi, welcome to this fucking commercial for 30 seconds. And we're going to show you all of these images of tits and ass and, this good looking guy. And they're eating a Mars bar, a Milky Way. Like, I think it's horse shit at the highest level. But when you can do it, like, okay. But yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, I hear you on. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I just think it's kind of fun. It's like it's kind of like when you ever watch all of those children's shows or those cartoons, and you see all of the weird subliminal shit in there, and it's like how parents like there's a joke made in a cartoon, but it's like the kid thinks of it as, oh, that's just like this, but it's kind of like a that shit's funny, right? So parents can still laugh during the movie, and it's not just like, da 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 da. Here's all these fucking, you know, cartoon characters doing some stupid shit, and like, there's something adult in there or whatever. I don't see quite the division or definition of why that's done that way, but um, yeah, certainly it's been used by the wrong people for the wrong reasons for a long time. And the idea of exposing the esoterics and the exposing the occult hidden shit, like it's not exposing it. It's just like why they gotta be like that, yo? Why they use that to like get kids? You remember they used to sell candy cigarettes to kids. Oh, so they see the parents smoking the fucking the cigarette crack, and then all of a sudden they get, can I get that pack of the fucking, oh, I'd like some candy cigarettes, and the person's sitting there selling cigarettes. You know what a fucking, I mean, yeah, I mean the wink wink nod nod shit is great, but I think living in a society that's supposedly so open source everything, but yeah, people are, no, it's not. So I get it in one way, but in another, like for me, like, oh, okay, but it's like people have been dumbed down on purpose. The problem with it is that people have been so dumbed down on purpose that they would get it, they would understand it all if they weren't put through the fucking ringer through the education system, not to develop naturally, organically speaking, to develop as whatever we are, just to develop. Instead, we're just like, you know, this is how it is. But that's not. There's nothing really real about that, and that's what causes the division within the subconscious and the conscious mind. Because we all came out the womb, basically on DMT, delivering, all of that knowledge as we're seeing things, we're interacting with it, and it's a subconscious and conscious was bound together. Um, so that subconscious and conscious thing, why should there ever be a subconscious? Why is there an unconscious? There shouldn't be. But it was systematically done that way by someone that, some entity, some organization that hope to control, not for good means, it does not seem, to control, the manifestation of everything so that they could have and everybody else could have not. That's the dilemma with it. In the good way, yeah. Some people don't. Some people, like where we are now. Okay, we get it. Some people don't got to know that shit. Over giving people too much information is just as much as is just as awful as not giving them enough. But that's only because shit has been so fucked up. By, I mean, I could tell you who it is. I could tell you their fucking names one by one. They don't have names. They're corporations. It's all of the corporations. Not all of them, but if they in the business of writing books for school systems, they fucking up, and they're helping to ruin shit. So there you go. There's your. So there you go, Katesh. And Katesh said, "I'm doing this. I don't have to work out." Katesh, you don't need. Do you really need to work out? You're already in good shape, aren't you? Last I seen you, you're looking. You're in good shape. What the fuck you need to work out for? Yeah, Fire Jake. I mean, NLP, yeah, say it in a fun way. Neuro linguistic programming. It happens on a daily basis, but it should be people going into it should already know that hypnosis and NLP is the thing. So a child should know, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up 5 programs that are gonna help, do something to your mind, and whatever seems right to you, you choose that. Rather than going, they don't tell them. They go, here's the program that's running. That's fucked up. That's reckless. That's rude. Why do you think kids end up becoming older and resenting authoritative figures and adults and all this? They do. There would be no other way it could be, because of the amount of lies that we've been told as humans, as children, as a society, on every level, everywhere. So you think that's gonna encourage trust into humans? No, it causes the chaos that we see. As we got different cities, we got different states, we got different countries, counties, we got different ordinance here versus here. You walk down this street, you can do, but this one, I'm not on this street. You go in this block, oh, that's a white picket fence area. You can't go over there. Can't have black people there because they might rob you. Got to clean this neighborhood up because they playing basketball at weird hours. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. It only happened because of the programming. That's what it is. And people tried to escape the programming, because not that some of the programs weren't good ideas, but that because most of them have been not for the benefit of the masses, for all of humanity, but for the benefit of just a few people benefited, and everybody else. Not only did they not get something out of it, they got squished because of it. So the ideas that were given, we would like to help the community. Why? Wait, why? Well, because it'll look nicer. You live there? No, no, but it'd be nicer for them. You sure? I mean, I get it. This is the idea of gentrification. Gentrification is the best and worst thing ever. You know what I mean? Because what does it mean to clean up the neighborhood, right? To make everything more spick and span. What are they gonna do? Make everything all like sterile? Make sure the streets are a little flatter and cleaner? Gonna make sure the houses are built with the newest technology, even though it's not necessarily healthier? So that's where all that goes into, and all of that is subconscious programming from an earlier age that has people growing up to believe that the best things to do is what the program is selling. How many people have you known later in life? They're like, man, what a fucking, like, that was, I had that their job was awful. They didn't really, who really wants to work for their corporation, their company? Most of the time they know what they're selling is trash. It's garbage, and it's going to break, and they know it. So that's what we're selling people. No, not we, not me. Oh, I ain't into that business. Subliminals work faster, Katesh, than actual repetition. Um, no, that would go back to what I was just reading earlier. What works faster than repetition? Repetition works well for the body. It doesn't work well for the mind. Um, After a while, but it's not going to work faster. It will work. Repetition will work. You repeat something until somebody's like, "All right, I'm done." All right, cool. Yeah, that's right. Sure. It's like, when somebody says to do, that's the right answer. Yeah, even though you know it's not, you're like, all right, fine, I'm just done hearing it. Okay, cool. That's the right answer. That's what happens. Repeat a lie enough, it never becomes truth, but it becomes accepted. It doesn't become a fact, but it becomes accepted because nobody wants to hear the bullshit no more. That's the way it's been done for a long time. Um, but the subliminals, but if you're using subliminals, then you already know that you're using subliminals, so they're not subliminal, are they? That becomes a dilemma too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is the other way. I was listening to this really great talk by Alan Watts. Um, Let me see if I can remember. It's episode number 8 of Out of Your Mind, and they were talking about the way and art of Zen, and and why it's the times to confuse people and the times to not confuse people and the types of people you should like. It gets into this ideal of what the Zen masters would speak of. Somebody that's sure of themselves, you should definitely confuse them. And somebody that knows nothing, you need to just go, but this is it, to get them stable. It's like using a 1 and a 0, a stick and a ball. That's the two. But you only have to use those things because of our earlier stated obviousness of the people that have been fucking with society at a high degree. Like, there was some shit that apparently occurred with some mall shit going on and some shootings and whatever. I don't know. And to still realize that there are people walking around here that have watched that and believe it. Even though you could just do the quick search past CNN, past Fox, past all the other fucking mass hysteria marketplace and just see the people just pointing out the obviousness. There was a motherfucker on TV talking about some shit that just occurred and he was literally laughing. This happens during every single time. During one of these mass slaughters at the mall, at the school. Oh! And people are like, oh, pray for the families. Pray for what? For what? Who? They're all actors. They're lying. They're lying to you for money. To lie to people for money, man, that's some fucked up shit. But so it is. Imagine if you could speak the truth and get money. Oh no. One day, if you speak the truth, you don't need money. Jay, why my last video is unable to rewatch? Because I'm in a habit of just whenever I'm talking to you guys, if it's just for you guys, I leave it up, and if people aren't there for the live conversation, I shut it down. And if I played music during it, if I played music, I take it off or delete it because I don't want to get a copyright strike against my shit. Other than that, like, no, I'm very interested in probably just shutting most of my channel into private because it's like at this point, my channel, I lose subscribers on a daily basis. I'm not sure how, I'm not sure why, but it's what it says. And the information I give out anyways is way too fucking valuable. So should I get into the business of just charging people for this shit? Because people aren't donating to me at all, really. Like, there's certain people that do, and I wildly appreciate it. It helps me wonders. But as a whole, nah, motherfuckers ain't really giving to me. Could you imagine, like, walking down the street like a homeless cat out there? Put a buck in his thing. People come and listen to me every fucking day, and I ain't get $1 from them. Not one fucking. I don't even get a fucking penny out these people. Now, do I expect it? Not really. But do I hope? Shit, sure. I hope in one hand and fucking shit in the other. See which one comes true first. But it is funny. So it's like, man, I might as well just fucking delete this whole thing. And y'all want to come follow me? Like, pay me. But then, where I am, like, I don't need it. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to get a little return on my energy that I put out, which is to the tune of my fucking entire life that I put here, and I don't. And in return, I get a couple people that are like, "Hey, thanks, Zen. Here's some bucks." I'm like, "Cool." But other than that, like, no, I don't get. So kind of like I go through those phases where I'm just like, you should probably just fucking put this all into. But it's on a pay-per-view fucking scale. I thought that like maybe like donation worked. I'd always read all the papers that said donation works. Like if you give good information out, people following you, they should pay. Like they will. They'll give in return. I just ain't seen it really like that. I mean, doesn't cover my bills of other sources that I have to go through to get to pay for shit, even to pay for fucking living, just being alive. But yeah, the rewatch videos, man. No, I mean, go check out some of my older ones. There's better information than those. Katesh, nothing in perception is true though. That's the most wildly uh, globulous. Not I don't even know what that means. Nothing in perception is true. It doesn't. Then nothing is true. Then anything you say isn't true. Like I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying. What's up, DIE? Money is a lie. You promised me. How much do you pay for your DIE breathing? It's a lie. How much is your phone bill? Do you pay for it? How much is it for you to go get your meal that you're gonna eat for dinner? How much is it for you to have a house over your head? Well, how much it costs for the shirt you're wearing? I get it, but I mean, don't take it too far. What's up, Fire Drake? He is Astral Lube. I'm gonna say Hey, Fire Drake, you want to start a new one? So there'll be Astral Tube. Let's get Astral Lube. Oh yeah, Jay Marley. As soon as I got my channel back to doing live videos again, I was getting about 10 to 20 subs a day for the longest time, and then I got my channel back, and I've actually, like I was saying the other day, I've been more fun and kind and whatever, and less like we fuck off to people, and every day I've lost 4 to 5 subs. Now I even know when I used to be making videos that people would be like, "Oh, I was unsubscribed to your channel, and I didn't do that. My bell doesn't work. I don't. How the fuck? What? I never know when you're talking. The only time people like, holy shit, I just got online and seeing that you're making a show, it doesn't tell me. I was like, you hit the little bell button. Like, yeah. Other people are like, yo, I had to subscribe to you again. Now I'm like, where 6 people a day are just like, done with this motherfucker. I can't believe that. Ah, well, good for you, DIE man. You're doing something that a lot of people can't do. Jay Marley, if you uploaded them to a private source and charged $5 a month, that could work if organized, titled properly. Yeah, I mean, I hear you, but it would cost the initial, like, the investment of me putting it out there like that, and then how am I gonna, then I'm gonna tell people on YouTube, like by that time, like I don't know, maybe there'll be nobody subscribed to my channel by then. I don't fucking know, and also that's just more of a headache that I'm not really worried about. The extra shit. If I put out there 1,000 times. If somebody wants to organize this shit and put it and just let me talk and do what I'm doing, because I know more than most people about certain types of subjects and that can help people, then set it up. I'll do it, and but as far as like doing all the extra shit, I'm just really not interested in it. That's so superfluous. But well, if you want to make some money, you gotta go. You know, that's what I've heard before. Uh, oh, you don't pay for anything. That's cool. Well, there you go, man. Well, then you figured it out. You've done something that a lot of people have not accomplished. Lube people up, get them in the ass troughs. Jay Marley, like, no, I've since I've got my channel, it's literally I'm below the amount of people that I had when I remember I was shut down for 3 months. I couldn't do live videos. I was still doing some videos, and during that time I was gaining some subscribers. And then it's the day that I got my channel back and made live videos, and this is when everybody was saying like, oh shit, all the truther channels and the flat Earth channels and blah blah blah, they're losing subs at an alarming rates or whatever. And I could show you a picture of here. I'll show it to you right now. Here, look at how funny this is. Real time. Here's what happens. I have not apparently gained a subscriber since doing this. And even though I've had tons of people that go, no, I tell people to come watch your channel. And I know that other people be coming watching my channel, yo. I know it. I've met people. They're like, yo, like I put people onto you. And I'm like, all right, well, where's the, it doesn't say it here. I'm looking right here at my demographics, and I'll show you right on time, real time, right here. Here's word is bond. Is what it looks like. Show it to you right here. Here is the numbers that I'm being told that I am 6,481 subscribers. Go to my channel analytics, and this is insane. There's my sub count. See, it's all in the red. Basically, that's for the last 28 days. That's for the last month. Losing subs. Here, let's go to 90 days. Now you can see, still lots of in the red. Then prior to that, so 90 days ago is about when I'd gotten my channel shut down. Look here, see, all of it's in the red in the big top version, and then all of a sudden nothing. Just there we go. Scroll that way. And that's funny, right? There you go. Did I become less entertaining? Did I become less valuable to the community as a whole? What you gonna do? I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's what they've already been doing that. They want to maintain control. They don't want people to have equal power. They don't want people to have as much as they do. Here's the thing. I mean, I understand why. If you're not good looking and you have no real ability to speak, your brain doesn't work right, you a slob of a person, and just in totality, like a zit infested face, hunchback, doesn't really, all that shit. Money's gonna look really good to them because that's gonna get them laid. It's gonna get them a house. It's gonna get them a nice car. It's gonna get them attention. They don't want people that are actually reasonably good looking, reasonably intelligent to do anything, because then if everything was equal at that point in time, they don't get nothing. They're done. But then, that's what they're doing. So like, I've got my control of my little box. I can have anything I want. Personality ain't gonna get it. Your looks ain't gonna get it. I was just born this way. I don't know about that. How's your brain work? You thinking? Are you funny? Are you a funny motherfucker? They'd rather cut somebody's fucking legs off than have the people like that could help give them their legs back. They'd rather have that happen. And then what do you gotta do? You gotta feel sorry for those motherfuckers as they're sitting there shitting all over your shit. I mean, not on your shit, but on your stuff. Shitting on your stuff. Stuffing on your shit. Stuffing on shit. That would be like sounds very Thanksgiving-esque. piss on these people's faces, yo. They just be like, "Argh." It's like waterboarding somebody with your fucking piss. And it's funny. There's a couple channels I've seen like these really really good looking people that are out there just going, yo, I drink my piss. Look at my skin. Look at how healthy that I radiate. And then they got like 6 subscribers or some shit. I'm like, how does anybody pay attention to this? Piss boarding. Piss board these motherfuckers. I'm bored. I'm pissing on you. I mean, am I the perfect example of a truther? No, I'm not a truther. I don't involve myself in that. Am I a flat earther? No, I'm not a flat earther. Am I into the truth movement? All that? No, I just care about like people like having a good time and enjoying themselves. Is what I do what everyone else should do? No. So I don't think that like promoting me to be some sort of like some holy fucking figure. Like I don't like that. So in that sense, I'm glad, but in the same sense, it's like it's kind of ineffective because I've always said it like everybody here that knows the shit that we know, whenever all these people out here, when their kids are fucked up and they ate too much of the fucking whatever candy they're eating, whatever kind of shitty food, microwave meals, and the doctors can't fix them, and they're like, help my child, help me, I'm dying of my child, and you're just like, yo B, you've been fucking with my entire everything for the longest time. I've been sitting here like, half broke all the time. Can't afford this, can't do that, and now you need our help. That's some old grimy shit right there. Whoa, change my ways. That's the movie. That's the movie every time. Okay. Stupid motherfucking people, yo. Hey, Jay Marley, is Ice Skittle in here? Is Ice Skittle in here? No. Jay Marley, if you see liquid squizzles, skitty whittles, I can't see it on this side. Piss boarding. Oh yeah, if you've ever put some up your nose and like, clean out clean all that shit out. Oh, piss boarding is great. As long as you voluntarily do it to yourself and put a little urine up the nose and clean out the innards. Hey, the magic number 22/7. 22 people, 7 thumbs up, which is pi. Yeah, pi. Now it's 23. God damn it! Somebody needs to leave. I like that pi. But thanks for showing up. 23 people. I always. What's up, Ziggy Zag? I always am curious as to what kind of person comes and listens to me talk for any extended period of time and has the audacity. Just all you have to do is hit thumbs up or thumbs down. Or if you don't like what I'm saying, stop listening and leave. I've never understood that. If I start listening to a video and I like it, I hit thumbs up. If I don't like it, I just get off. If I really don't like it, I just get off. I don't even, I barely hit the thumbs down. I just get I just like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this shit. Yeah, I mean, I hear and who does, but I just wonder about I wonder what, there's this certain, just like, why not? Why not? It's so easy. I get how difficult it is to send me a fucking $1. $1. $1 a day will feed all people feeding starving children in Africa. People really send off money to these fucking causes, right? Never met them, and they should know that about 90% of that money is not going to feed anybody in Africa. It's going to the corporation and pocketbooks of the people that are running the whatever the fuck that thing's called. Well, in America, they can afford to make a commercial. It's going to cost them thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and have all of this to get your money to send to some kid that has flies around his head and is drinking dirty water. But motherfuckers here can't even find their way, can't even find in their hearts to send me $1 when you're starving. Do I have to look like I'm starving for you people to realize like I'm not rich? It would be nice to have a little bit more, so that way when I walk through the streets that I can help people out. I bought a goddamn 12-pack of Corona yesterday. And I gave 11 of them away. 10 of them. I drank one and the other one, well, then I gave them away because the people were thirsty. You'd be paying for other people to drink Coronas with me. Jesus, man. Women. Things. Whatever you are. Zigzag. I hear you on that, man. Yeah. Yeah, taking that amniotics up the schnozzelberries. I haven't done that in a while. I should probably do that soon. But when I do, like this eye gets a little more red because I do have a little bit of a this side of my body has been a little more jacked up throughout most of my life. Just because I used to play soccer and everything was right-handed, right-footed, so there was a lot of injury up this area of my body. And so if I do snort lots of cocaine, man, or just piss, it tends to make this eye very, very bloodshot for a long time. All right, well, I got about 15 more minutes to give you guys because I think I need to go a happy hour tonight with some people. I was told that some interesting folk were in town from another place, and I was invited to go do what I do and get drunk and talk shit. And I also am out of alcohol right now, and that's kind of bothering me. I don't want to drink any more whiskey, so I'll talk to you guys for another 15 minutes or so. And maybe longer if we can find something entertaining to talk about. I certainly would try to do that, Katesh. And also with this nose right here, I could fit a small fucking yeah. There's a lot of piss I can get in there. There was no boogers there. I don't think. Any of that? No. Okay. What time is it anyway? Is it 4:30? That's fucking hilarious. My Lyft ride yesterday was a wait, was it me or was it somebody else? Hold on. Oh, the Lyft ride was $11.11. Fuck yeah, isn't that cool? Getting lifted, huh? That's what they say. Getting lifted. Oh. I think I want to pee, shower, and get some sunshine. I think in a week you guys will see me with a decent suntan, because I'm tired of looking like I'm glowing in the dark on here. Some people like my chalky, pasty white skin. Other people enjoy seeing me with a little bit more. Here, let's get a little. How's that? Then I go to red skin, but then I go outside and I get the brown skin. All right, Fire Drake, enjoy that, man. Channel the Wolverine, heal yourself and beat the shit out of that bag. That's what you do. You punch things, huh? I remember seeing you doing a workout video. I think. Was it you? Yeah, I think so. All right, so there's still a good 20 motherfuckers in here. What do you want to talk about? I'll read some more, or we can or if you have questions, you can always ask the more crazier questions. We can get into the occult version of this, or we can just sit here and keep it. We can keep it. I like that. You just switch it out. You just read the. Jay Marley, whatever you like, man. I mean, I'll find my way to you no matter what. Like, I'm gonna get to Sarasota. It's not like that. But if you want to, feel free, man. It's I just do it for effect, and it would be nice. We'll read out the. I mean, I don't think a bus pass to Sarasota is gonna cost you way more than $20. I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, whatever, man. You don't even have to do it now. I'm fine. I just, you know. Let's talk about the what chapter we got here? The very beginning of the Bhagavad Gita. The first chapter is more or less an introduction to the rest of the book, and the second and third chapters, the spiritual knowledge described is confidential. Topics discussed in the seventh and eighth chapters are specifically related to the devotional service, and because they bring enlightenment to. Ugh, the fuck? What's this guy talking about? Yeah, I don't want to read this one right now. That's not how I'm feeling. This is one of my favorite books to just following the golden threads. Complexity theory is a general theory of complex dynamic systems. The Latin complexus comes from the Greek pleco, meaning to plait or twine. Thus, a complex system is literally one consisting of interwoven parts. And that's Timothy Lenton. When we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hitched to everything else in the universe. John Muir. Tell them they have to wake up twice in the morning, Naya continues. This means that you should first wake up in the morning and get out of bed, then awaken your heart, walk out of the bedrocks of objects and materialism into a spiritual world guided by the felt lines of relationships that hold everything together. Now the ropes, rather than the objects they connect, are primary. They're the most important and the most real. Bradford Keeney. That's amazing. I like that. That was a really good one right there. Should rewind that and listen to that. Oh, yeah, way more bang for my buck. my buck. There you go. Jay Marley, I am not going to have sex with you. No bang for your buck. DXTs. GMW. Yeah, I mean, I could be. You know what's funny is I titled it that. I haven't talked about anything to do with air or Aryan or water or any of that. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to continue on not even living up to the title of the video, which I think is great. But yeah, mushrooms in that misty kind of humid environment. Yeah. Friday, how much of that I read? Not much. I had that one I found because my other one I gave away, which was like a, super English translation. Blah blah blah. This one is, yeah, not too much of it. I could give it. Anytime somebody's wearing orange all day, and they just act like they're better than everybody, I could take them or leave them. You know what I mean? It's just not. Pissmidity. Danny 254. Did you want me to read out of this other book? Is that what you're asking, Danny Skylark? Yeah, I don't really. It sits there. It sits there. I don't really know. I think it's just there for like little meditations. I don't really find like I want to read it front to back because there's some books that just aren't meant for that reason. And you're not gonna get as much out of it. Like, oh, here comes this dog. Look at now she's gonna try to knock this fucking thing off of here. You already know that there's a cam. Come here. You just can't. This fucking bitch, yo. If you want my company, just come ask for it. Don't smash the phone. Ooh, I'm gonna. After I get off of here, I'm going to fucking beat the shit out of my dog. That's a joke, you know that, right? Why do you think she cowers to me? Yeah, you go outside. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, there's really not reason. There's not much reason to read a book for more than a little bit. It just doesn't have it. Hi, Meaty. What are you doing? Are you missing the candy? Would you like more candy? She's my candy girl. Isn't that how that song goes? Candy girl. All right. I'll give you guys 5 more minutes if anybody else has anything, or else, off with the next, off with the next. Ugh. I think I might go out like an idiot today and do some stupid shit with my beard. I've been enjoying doing this. Just haven't taken it into the public sector yet. Published book 33. What is it? I don't know what you're saying, man. Which one? Which book? Let's see if we can get this to go up here. Maybe I'll go up to like this. Because I don't really give a fuck. Am I gonna leave this one up? Yeah, sure. I'll leave this one up. I don't think there was anything too deep in here that is even worth watching the whole thing again. I mean, maybe. The other ones were just kind of like, I don't know, and also like when somebody was asking earlier about why I would take them, like I don't know, it's just like because there's so much. I have so many videos up that like when people are trying to find specific information, it's hard for them to find. Divine Light Hazel, what are you talking about? Trim what? These are my connections to another wavelength. Why should I trim this? It's fucking awesome. Trim what? Trim your goddamn pussy hair. What the fuck you talking about? Tell me what to trim? Did I just say that again? Fuck. Terrible. See, this is why I probably can't. See, God, yes. This right here, I don't put anything in this. Maybe like I will put oils and things in it, but it's a little nappy in general. Let's see if we braid this shit up. Now I'm just sitting here. See now, like people in the future, like I'm just gonna sit here and braid this until somebody has a good topic. Just braid that shit all up right there. Yeah, I'm not very good at braiding. Fire Drake, yes, hilarious. There it is. I mean, yeah, I've made beer bombs before, and like I already have the really high quality equipment to do it. But like butters, and and I'm very familiar with the different types of textures and butters and things and oils and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, I would do it. It just always goes to me. It always goes back to like, I don't like to just do shit on my own per se. Like I do most everything on my own, so I get enough of that. So if I'm gonna do something, like business wise or gardening or like, whatever, it's like you don't do shit just for yourself. It seems so like pointless and empty. You do things with other people because it gives them energy, currency, money, enjoyment, blah blah blah. So like that kind of shit, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know how to do it. So what do you want to do? Here, let's link it up. Let's do it. So he wants to do it. I'll fucking tell you. I tell you exactly the oils and the proper texture of what like butters and things you need. Yeah, it would be my pee. You know what? I only infrequently use piss in my beers. They don't call me. Yeah, but Divine Hazel though. If you cut this, there's actually something that happens when your beard, when your hair or your beard reaches a certain point. That once you cut that, you lose. I forget what the name of what happens is. Somebody might know this. Fire Drake might know this if he's still here. Like my hair, it used to be into the toilet. I wiped my ass one time. I got shit in my hair, and I was like, "Oh, gotta cut this." And I cut it, and after I cut it, it didn't grow any longer. It's crazy. I was appreciative that it didn't, but there was something that also occurs. I mean, it did grow a little bit longer, but then it stopped. And there's these, they're not called telomeres. That's something else. But there's something that occurs in your hair, which I just don't find a reason to need to cut this. For what? What will that accomplish? Yeah, it's basically cutting an orc. Yes, your orc field, your orc shield. Yes. For what? What is it gonna? Is it give me more pussy if I do? Is it gonna fucking people respect me more? I'll have less people go like, the fuck is up with that dude's hair? Why has he got so much of it? I don't grow up like for me. There was a point where I used to right around there. I used to stop my beard, like right around here, because it started to get really kind of funky. And then I was like, it was like the wang jangling. And then one day I was like, fuck it, just let this shit go. Why not? So that's right, there it is. That way I could just like look like a fucking maniac. Just walk around with my eyes really big. See if anybody looks at me all funny. I'm not a scary looking dude, but dendritic tendrils. Thank you, Fire Drake. Part of my mycelium network, and I probably do have a mushroom or something growing in here. Hi guys, Divine Hazel. That's just not true at all. Your hair is part of it. It's part of connecting to the other fields and how much it expresses. It's like if your auric field is 15 feet out from your body, then it's like saying that your body has nothing to do with it. Your body's radiating it, and so is your hair. You certainly could shave your... Hey, about this, Divine Hazel. Go shave your head. Go do it. Might as well. Go shave your armpits, too. Or you're the kind of chick that leaves her armpit hair growing, right? Or do you let your leg hair grow? Do you shave, ever? I mean, those are all very, like... It's ridiculous to think that your hair doesn't have any effect, when it certainly does. It's time and time and again, it's shown why I've even made videos in this. Yeah, you can. You don't. The biggest thing is you don't have to have. You can. This and this is extras. How about this, Divine Hazel? Go shave your eyebrows. Go shave those and go ahead and pull those hairs right out of your eyelashes. Just get rid of those too. You don't need them. They're just there for fun. Why do men grow Let me ask this again. Let me try this. Why do men grow facial hair and women don't? There must be a reason. But anyways, you all have a beautiful day. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. It's always a pleasure. It's good to see you, Divine Hazel. It's good to see you, Danny. Yeah, sometimes you gotta. Yeah, see, there's that Danny. Sometimes people need to get cut. That's that Danny gonna cut some motherfucker. That's a Filipino. Watch out. That's why she got a knife on her. I'm sure of it at all times. Gonna have to cut these motherfuckers out here. Cut these motherfuckers, Danny. Let them know we ain't fucking around. We don't play games or whatever. I don't know. All right, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna go play with the dog for a second and go entertain these people in public. Stay beautiful, do good things, or if you're like Danny, and you gotta cut a motherfucker, go do it. GMW, what up? Hey, wait, what's up? I'll be here for one more second because I've gotten a hey, wait from GMW. What shall I wait for? What do you need? What do you require? State your question, lady boy. I'll give you 60 more seconds. I'm not fucking Van Halen out here. I'm not getting paid fucking top dollar to sit here and wait for an encore. Address me properly immediately, or else I gotta roll. That's why I was asking about Aaron Rain. Oh yeah. I'll cover it another time, man. I told you already. I cover what I want, when I want, how I want. That's all there is to it. And if I want to talk about Aaron Rain, I will. And if I don't, I won't. But I will. I'll talk about that. I'll give you that talk later, GMW. I'll retitle the video, and we'll talk soon. So fucking. Well, that one's my favorite one right there. That way you can figure out if you got to read in between the lines. You can. Cheers, y'all.